Well, first, let me say that I and our team members are very excited to be working on the BBQS program. I'm going to present EMBER, Ecosystem for Multimodal Brain Behavior Experimentation and Research. Maybe not as immediately obvious as TONGS, but it's close. Okay, so before I jump into the details, in terms of relevance to BBQS, sorry. This is a high-level capture of how BBQS is how EMBER is going to support BBQS. Based on the goals of the program and the call, this will be a cloud-based platform with highly available data interfaces. We do have a strategy for data storage, which I'll get into a little bit later. Multimodal data for animal human experimentation. This will include PHI and PAI. And we plan to have a fair posture, findable, accessible, interoperable, and use standards which will be important to enabling use of tools and sharing and collaborative comparative analysis. We do plan to integrate tools for things like data ingest, harmonization and synchronization, analysis, visualization. We do want to work with you all on what your data pipelines are, your tool ecosystems. This will be something coordinated with the DCAIC as well. And the goal obviously is going to be to support large scale analysis, cross data set comparisons, and allow for like large training data sets for AI algorithm model development. Okay, so this is our team. This is a significant undertaking. We definitely wanted to incorporate the great resources already being developed on the BRAIN initiative with data archives, tools, and standards. On our team includes folks from USC. This is Arthur Toga and Dominique Duncan. They're overseeing the DABI archive, which stores human electrophysiology. And we're working with Yarek Halchenko and Satya Ghosh, overseeing DANDI, which, among other things, stores animal electrophysiology. And you saw Nanthia present earlier. She'll be helping us navigate the community and interacting with the consortium as well. So this is, I don't have a lot of time, so I'll just, there's a lot here. I'll just say that this is our high-level architecture. There was a lot that's going to be under the hood, but the plan will be for much of the interaction with the various components that will be simplified through a number of available interfaces, depending on the user, through our portal, command line interface, users familiar with DANDI and DABI, direct interaction there as well. I'm happy to share this and other materials and talk with you all when there's more time. So this is our initial data strategy. So given the range of studies, sensors, data type species, we have this strategy, and this will continue to evolve as coordination across the program continues with the DCIC, with the individual teams. We want to make sure, again, that we're taking advantage of these existing BRAIN resources and in the future, potentially take advantage of data already stored in the existing instances of DANDI and DABI. If you're already generating data on a BRAIN initiative effort, you're familiar with these resources, the interfaces, their tool ecosystems, which is a win. And as I mentioned, we'll be building a portal that will help with folks interacting with this. More to come here. So for next steps, as I mentioned, we're doing some requirements definition right now. So we will be coordinating with the DCIC, with folks here on data storage and access needs, tools that are being used, and we're happy to work with your team, obviously, on how best to interact with EMBER. And in addition to requirements gathering and specifications for the EMBER system, we'll be launching instances of DANDI and DABI very soon. This process has already started. And so that will allow us to capture things that are being generated already. This is in addition to things like data management services and core services for our user portal. I've seen in the chat that there's already a lot of interest in the information that the DCIC team and that the EMBER teams have been collecting to understand the requirements, what is happening on each of the teams. This is an ongoing process. And as we mentioned in the chat, we're very happy to share all that we've assembled, and this will continue. This is an incomplete capture of various data modalities, sensors, the collections, and then the various like behavioral study aspects. We do anticipate that in ontology and schema will help us organize and sort this information for things like the metadata system, data access and ingest, searching and querying, analysis, and so on. Okay, and this is a current capture of the anticipated data generation timelines. And again, we'll be working with your teams to get good insight on your pipelines and when your data will be ready and what support you will need. So there's someone mentioned earlier about this massive amount of data that's being generated and processed, and we just want to understand those workflows and your requirements. Okay, so for next steps, again, once initial data storage capabilities, ingest, access are in place, we're going to focus a lot on tool integration. Again, we do want to hear about what tools you're using, and our team will be open sourcing a lot of our code in coordination with folks here. We'll be using an agile process so that we can help respond to emergent needs. And I'll just end here on our team and collaborator slide. There's a lot here. I'll just say that, again, we're looking forward to working with the consortium here and on this really, really cool program, and with the DCIC, who will help us get in touch with each of you. So thank you.